In the morning when I rise, give me Jesus.
So today, I need to make absolutely sure that you understand the context in this story. Remember, they came to Jesus and said, "This boy has demons that need to be cast out. And we tried to get your disciples to do it, and they could not cast them out." How did Jesus respond? He said, "You unbelieving generation. Oh my goodness, how long do I have to put up with you? Why don't you walk in faith? The problem is your unbelief." And then he had that same conversation with the father of the boy. He said to the father, "Anything is possible to him who believes." Well, the father said, "I do believe, but help my unbelief." So I hope you heard me yesterday. If that's a cry to God, to believe fully, to go all in, to say, "I am yours. I surrender all. I want to walk in unity with you. I want my faith to be through the roof." Well, then God will honor that. But if that's an excuse to not believe, then you don't expect the things of the kingdom to manifest in this realm for you, because it's by faith that we see the love of God manifest and all the riches that come by his grace and his kingdom that's available to us here. Well, today I'm going to read verses 25 through verse 29. And here's how it goes. When Jesus saw that a crowd was rapidly gathering, he rebuked the unclean spirit, saying to it, "You deaf and mute spirit, I command you, come out of him and do not enter him again." Folks, that's critical. You tell those demons what they have to do. Tell them to go and never come back. Verse 26, after crying out and throwing him into terrible convulsions, it did come out. And the boy became so much like a corpse that most of them said, "He's dead." I told you I saw this in the natural. This guy was foaming at the mouth. And then the demons came out of him and he fell on the floor and just laid there motionless. We didn't think he was dead, but oh my goodness, he was certainly on the floor motionless. Verse 27, but Jesus took him by the hand and raised him up, and he got up. Well, this guy we were with eventually opened his eyes, and the first thing out of his mouth was, "They're gone." He'd never been so alive. And he started forgiving all the people that had offended him in his past. Oh, there was so much freedom that came on him once the demons were gone. See, this was a real thing. They were gone and they weren't coming back for him. Verse 28. Well, when Jesus came into the house, his disciples began questioning him privately. "Why could we not drive it out?" And here's what Jesus said. And I've heard this sermon mistold so many times. What is the context? I wanted to make sure I'm clear about that. It was unbelief. When the disciples couldn't do it, Jesus said, "You unbelieving generation." When the boy's father asked Jesus if he could cast him out, he said, "If I can." Are you kidding me? Everything's possible for him who believes. This whole story is about faith. Faith in God, faith in the power of God's love. And so in verse 29, he said to them, "This kind cannot come out by anything but prayer and fasting." Well, I've heard the sermon. This kind of demon can only come out by prayer and fasting. Well, you know what? Jesus came upon this demon and he didn't pray and he didn't fast. He told the demon to get out. This same story is in Matthew. It's Matthew 17. And Jesus tells the disciples when they ask, "Why couldn't we cast them out?" It's in verse 20. He said to them, "Because of the littleness of your faith." And then it says in verse 21, this kind only comes out by prayer and fasting, this kind of unbelief, this littleness of faith. And so, are you going to pray? Are you going to fast? Well, don't do it to get God to do something, but by all means, pray and fast that unbelief would go and you would walk in a rich intimacy with him that believes every word he speaks and every promise he makes because the love of God is the greatest power in all of creation. And so that love will absolutely set you free when you believe on Jesus and trust Him for everything. I look forward to being with you tomorrow. We're going to talk a little bit about humility. I'll see you then.
Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. You can have all this world, but give me Jesus.